Very good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Ruchi, for inviting me on this platform. So today I'll be talking about integration of drone in STEAM education. I think people have been talking about different fields of robots, flying robots, drones, and I'll be talking about in the context of a classroom, in the context of a school, and how, as an educationist in the year 2012, I have brought this concept at a school level. So I'm fortunate enough to be a first educationist who introduced this setup for the school children of age group 4. So my first student was just 4 years old, who made his own drone and piloted it. So for the pre-primary and the grade 1 and 2, we start this drone making from the DIY kits, and then later we go for the professional ones. So I hope I can share my screen with all of you.
Yes, please.
So is my screen visible to you?
We can see a screen. Yes.
One thing I want to tell you before I start my presentation, so each and every picture of this presentation is mine. I have taken these pictures from my whole journey of 9, and now it's going to be 10 years when I integrated drones in STEAM education. CBSE has introduced AI as a subject from grade 8 onwards. But I, as an educationist, that time I was working as a drone department head at Lamartine College, and I introduced this concept way back in 2012. And we had a proper STEM and drone lab in our school. And of course, for that, that was a turning point of my life, because no school was doing that. Very few schools had robotics lab or futuristic labs, but no drone lab as such. So that time when I introduced this concept, I have been appreciated by media, government, and I think that is the reason I got the state award from my state, Devi Award, and media have titled me as the Drone Girl of India, because 4 years children were flying the drone in front of a chief minister and deputy chief minister in their programs. So when I talk about STEAM, as you all know what STEAM is. So STEAM, drone, according to me, is the source of science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. When we put drone in STEAM, it's become very happening, automatically a very yummy taste, a sauce comes into that. So why STEAM and how drones can be used for great things in real world. So drone is going to, as we've been seeing in this international conference, that how useful the drones are. So I don't need to go more into that. That's going to fuel the future global digital economy. It is an opportunity and social solution provider. So why not to teach the younger generation? Why not to start from this age group? So once they reach to that level, they are in a different kind of a level. And different reports also identifies the importance of skills based education as opposed to knowledge intensive education, and national education is going to implement that very soon. We've been talking about integration of drones, integration of robotics in the curriculum, integration of AI in the curriculum. So let's make the next generation STEAM ready. Now, what is the objective of integration of drones in STEAM is that it helps learner to understand the world of STEAM and its application through flying robots to become STEAM ready. When I talk about STEAM ready, it means that the children are working on hands-on activities. They make their own drones and then they pilot it. It's not that they're just learning the piloting concept, they are buying the drones and doing it. I think when small children build their own toy or build their own model, uh, the enthusiasm of using that is of different kind. So I always point out that the children should make their own drones and then pilot it. And on my screen you can see that I have shared some media cutouts over here where my special children means the children who are autistic, Down syndrome, deaf and dumb, slow learners, even they take so much interest in technology. They have created their own drones from DIY kits and they piloted in front of all the government officials. And that was really a moment, when I felt so proud, as an educationist, that yes, children of of like us, on the normal children, they can, they have been learning to create their own drones and pilot it. But the children who cannot even read one line, who cannot write one line, but they are making their own drones. So that was something I can always proud of. Now, when we introduce drones in classroom setup, when I talk about integration of drones in STEM education, I always tell my teachers, my educationists in their training programs, you should not start it just like that. You have to do some groundwork before. You have to do a lot of brainstorming sessions before you brought this concept in the classroom. So you tell them to read, do a lot of research, inquire, ask questions, watch videos together, discuss, and take them to different places where the drones are in operation. And once they are back from this groundwork, then you can discuss and do this brainstorming session. And trust me, when they come back from these kinds of sessions, they have beautiful ideas, how they integrate drones in different subjects. Even I have seen some children, at the time of Corona, I have been training one school in Sikkim. And I'm sorry I'm sharing this story with you, but it's very interesting and it's very close to my heart. So I was training one of the school in Sikkim, and during this pandemic time, that was a girls' school, and most of the girls were from the agriculture background. So their parents were facing a lot of difficulty in, taking care of how the length of the, farms are, how long their plants in the farms are. So the girls over there, they have made a group and they have made the drones. From that training, they had the equipments, they have created their own drone, and then they did this whole mapping of their parents' farm. And today they are collaborating with local shops over there, and they're doing it for the that teach children from the very beginning how they can help the society, the community. Now, as I said, I always teach the teachers first, and the role of educators is very important, and an effective education system has a dual responsibility to train the teachers first and give them updated tools. So I'm blessed enough that I have trained thousands of educators to create their own drones, and then they can further apply those drone technology and drone education in their classroom setup in different subjects. Now I'm talking about drone areas from the very first slide of mine, and integration of subjects, integration of drones in all the subjects. all the subjects means science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So where I have been using it for quite some time. So let's first talk about science and why my children are integrating this drone technology in sustainable development activities, and in that they have worked on different SDG goals in the school community. They are discovering the possibility of flight, learning about wind speed. They're assessing lands after natural disasters and storms through drones, and they're working on different science projects such as measuring batteries used, running the same mission with different weights attached to the drones. So my students attach different kinds of objects with the drone. Maybe on a national festival they just fly a national flag, or maybe they deliver from one place to the other place nearby only, some kind of funny things in that. So that way they are learning about different weights attached to the drone. And of course sometimes we take them for the field trips. They examine the agriculture, and the way I just gave you one example, that was a part of my project. So integration of drone, when we talk about integration of drone, it is of various subjects. Now technology, of course drone is, technology is around us. So when we teach drones, we start from the DIY kits. So I have done a small research, and I have created under my lab I have created some kind of kits. So smaller children starts with DIY kits, and then they later go for the programming and coding, and then they integrates iPads, computer, and drones for various purposes. The smaller children starts with the sometimes with the drone blocks also. So and they are learning this technology even in their geography subjects. When they're learning about mapping, they use this technology in different fields. Now engineering, of course when we are teaching drones to them, we teach them the land surveys, we teach them the mapping and tracking building progress by taking the same photo of a construction or building site at different intervals, and then showing the progress of that building. Sometimes we tell them to do the mapping of that area. So they are learning these different drone technologies in their subjects. Art, of course art cannot be behind, because initially the term STEM was started, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, but now art is also included in that. And we in 2017 I have put up one exhibition on Awadh and Francis collection, because I belong to Lucknow, and Lucknow has a lot of historical places which has French background. So that was my concept, and my students have taken different pictures, aerial pictures related to that theme, the buildings which were built by the French and designed by the French. So they can incorporate such things in the art, and they can learn even painting from drones to analyze. Like we had a huge canvas once, and we tried to uh, we try to do the pattern designing from the drones at different heights and different speeds. So we can integrate drone in science, technology, engineering, art, and maths cannot be behind. This is a picture, you can say it's a Safed Baradari of Lucknow, and our students have measured the power of 10 through drone. And now they're working on different monuments also. They learn angles from the drones. So these are the some areas where they have integrated drone technology. Now I won't take much of your time, because this is something, it's still new. People are integrating STEM in education, but when I talk about drone technology in education, it is still, I think very few schools in India who have incorporated this concept in their curriculum. And I am trying my best to incorporate, and I hope you all will connect me to the more schools where we can bring this concept, this curriculum, and we can integrate drone technology in this STEM education. So once they will learn this, they can identify, they can appreciate the future of drone technology. They can relate, apply these things in their curriculum. And of course, it will be helpful for their futuristic jobs. And they can build an interactive stories, they can use their imaginations, and they can come up better than us. Who knows about this? And of course, SDG is our responsibility right now. We've been working on different SDG goals, so we, our students can do a impact on those SDGs. Maybe they can create a drone which can, solve these issues of climate. They can be a climate ambassadors, they can be a climate warriors, they can use it in the quality education, they can use it for deforestation, they can use it in every field, in every goal of SDG. And I hope my small presentation will give some kind of a opening to all of you, how you can incorporate drone in your school curriculum. Even if your child is 4 years old, how he can use drone in his classroom. Or if he is just 10 years old, he can learn angles from that. He can learn science, he can learn history, he can learn geography. He can, you just name the subject and he can incorporate, or she can incorporate drone technology in the classroom network. So thank you so much, everyone. Once again, thank you so much, Ruchi, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mohsina, for your amazing presentation, and even bigger thank you for all the work that you're doing for the students of our country. Thank you so much for being such an awesome person. So, I'm actually curious about what inspired you to get into drones.
Okay, so I have done my BTech and PG from UK, University of Leeds. So when I was in my college, I have heard about drone, but none of my, school member or college member have made the drone. But yes, I was into aero modeling from the beginning. When I was in grade 7, there was a school in Lucknow used to do a competition, a championship, and I was the first girl who won that championship of aero modeling. So, and I have been suspended twice from my school because that time our nuns didn't encourage girls to fly the aeroplanes in the school or in the chapel. I was the one who did that. So but it didn't demotivate me at all. I thought that's a break. I'm home for 10 days now. I can enjoy this suspension time. So this aero modeling thing has brought me into this drone technology.
Great. So when you came back from UK, what inspired you to bring this entire thing to schools?
When I was in UK, every Indian student has to do a part-time job over there. And very close to my university, there was a special school, special children's school. And that was very suitable for me because they were paying the good salary in that short span of time. Just for 3 periods, I used to get what the people were getting for working for half days. So I joined that school. And I think when I was working with the special children, especially that those schools had a lot of autistic children, and when I worked with the autistic children, initially, I was very scared to see them. They were forced to write, they were forced to learn science. So I thought, why not to start the project based learning, on learning with them. And instead of teaching them solar energy, I told them to make a solar cooker. I told them to make a solar car. So they automatically learn those concepts, and they could interpret those things in their models. So project based learning worked over there. And I was a young girl that time, hardly just 18, 19 years old. And I started earning, and all the parents and students were praising me. And, we all love that, we love attention. So I thought, educators like me, who should bring, education out of the box, works on the project based learning, take them out from the classroom. So then I decided to, bring this concept at the school level.
Really inspiring, Mohsina. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And thank you so much for being a part of our conference. Everyone, Mohsina is here on the chat, and she's also available on her email and LinkedIn. Do get in touch with her. She's also very, very inspiring on Instagram. So do watch her, do follow her. And Mohsina, we would need you when we start mentoring girls on our projects. And I would love to have you on board. Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward for this. Thank you so much.